Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Tom Schlueter with today's Tom's Take. A word that came up on the news report today, and it's a word that we're all familiar with if you watch the news on a regular basis, is the word conclave. A conclave will be held starting next Wednesday. Conclave, by definition, and I'm going to look at some other definitions here in just a moment, is a gathering of the cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church. And they will go through the process of voting in a new pope over the Roman Catholic Church to succeed the passing of Pope Francis. But that word has been sticking with me this morning. So I decided I really needed to look up the definition of it. Here are five definitions. And I'm going to start with number 5 because normally it is what we see as number 1. It's the place in which the cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church meet in private for the election of a pope. Number 4 is similar, the body of cardinals, the college of cardinals. So not just the place, but actually the body of them. Number 3, they're going to take the cake here. Number 3 is the assembly or meeting of the cardinals for the election of a pope. Seems to be that's just the definition we need to go with. But let me go back up now to number 1, a private or secret meeting. No, that doesn't have to even deal with cardinals electing a pope. That can be on any group that gathers together in a private meeting or a secret meeting, a meeting where they are going to make determinations regarding something. It could be for religious process, or it could be a legislative body that is meeting in private to go through maybe a committee hearing and what the direction will be for the direction of that committee. It might be a private meeting being held by 2 parents as they're going to have to deal with how they discipline a son or a daughter for something that they've done, or it might be a private meeting or a gathering of people together to determine the direction of a business. All those meetings could be called conclaves. Well, let me go to number 2 because that really highlights this. It's an assembly or gathering, especially one that has special authority, power, and influence. Let me read that again. The conclave is an assembly or gathering, especially one that has special authority, power, or influence. I looked up the thesaurus, all those words that could also be used for conclave. And it speaks of assembly, cabinet. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't we just watch a 3-hour cabinet meeting being held by President Trump? That's a conclave, a conference, a council, an encounter, a gathering, a meeting, parlay together, a session, even could be called a buzz session or a get-together. Conclave takes on a lot of different meanings, as you can see. It's obviously a gathering, especially one, again, that has special authority, power, or influence. Now, I know that we're about 3 weeks away from this event in biblical and Christian history. But at the beginning of June, we will celebrate Pentecost, Shavuot. We are on the way to that day when we will celebrate again the pouring out of the Holy Spirit and the birthing of the ecclesia, the church. But let me just read the first line of Acts 2. On the day Pentecost was being fulfilled, all the disciples were gathered in one place. Can't think of a better definition of a conclave, a gathering, a place of special authority, of importance, of something that is going to be released as not only information, but also as revelation and the bringing forth of a change in things. So whether it's a cabinet meeting around the president determining what changes will be coming or what direction government will be taking, or whether it be a gathering of cardinals in Rome starting on Wednesday, and they are going to be determining who will be their new leader over the Roman Catholic Church, or whether it be a council of members in a business gathered around a CEO and determining the vision and direction. God draws us into places where we gather together, and He releases revelation and authority and strength. I can't help but think, with all of the teaching that I've been doing, especially over the last 4 years, that a conclave, this assembly, this gathering, this council is very similar to what we do when the ecclesia comes together to hear clearly what the Lord is speaking to us, so that we can declare and decree with our voices that which is being echoed in heaven and bring it down to earth. Oh, wait a minute. Sounds like a tribunal. But whether we call it a tribunal or not doesn't really make any difference right now. The pattern that God uses is that He moves upon us as we gather together. He moved upon us powerfully in our worship service this past Sunday here at Kingdom Gate. He manifested His glory. We could feel His fire coming down upon us. It was powerful. And there was a re-energizing of everyone in the room as they came and were remantled, or as they knelt at the altar, or as they sang hosannas over and over and over again. We experienced the same thing yesterday at our tribunal that we hold here once a month and are being held all across the state and the nation. Matter of fact, my wife Kay and I will be heading out here within the hour to go to Andrews, Texas, north of Midland, Odessa. We will be there to hold a conclave, an assembly, seeking God's heart and God's face, God's purposes, to release us into what comes next. So whether it's a religious function of the Roman Catholic Church, or a political function of legislators gathering together, or a cabinet gathering together, or a business function of business people coming together, men and women determining the direction and vision of the business and the corporation, or a family gathering to determine where the destiny of the family is going. The key point is this: you gather together because it's a time of great importance, of great authority, and of great change and transition. And the key is inviting the power of the Holy Spirit to pour into that conclave, that assembly, that council, that meeting, to direct the path that you are to be on. Meditate on this, if you will, and find those moments when you'll gather together and you will await the power of the Holy Spirit. It's not meant to be limited to one Sunday that we celebrate Pentecost once a year. It is meant to be an ongoing, relational, and covenantal commitment that we make as the ecclesia to be the instrument that God is using to transform a world. We're all a part of a conclave. Now, blessings to all of you. I hope that you all have a tremendous weekend in the Lord. If you're anywhere out in the Middle Odessa area and you're listening to this, come and tribunal with us tomorrow morning there in Andrews, Texas. And be with us also on Sunday as I bring the word to them. Blessings to all of you. We thank the Lord so much for what he is doing in our midst. He is powerful, and he is mighty, and he is victorious. Now, I probably should give you a little bit more information here. The tribunal tomorrow and the worship on Sunday will be at Kingdom's Gate in Andrew, Texas. In Andrew, Texas. So come and be with us. I will be back with you on Monday morning. Blessings.